Hey, hello to you, Liam. It seems like you have a very interesting background behind you. I'd even think it's a virtual background if I didn't speak to you earlier. So, what's the situation here?
Very vibrant. I thought, let's make it pop out and stand out. Files, different colors looks nice.
Are they your files or are you in a workspace somewhere?
I'm in a workspace at the moment. It's a really big filing room with thousands of documents that are just on the wall there. So yeah,
Is this in a library or are you at your job?
yeah, I'm at my job at the moment.
Okay, so give a bit of an introduction about yourself. What do you do? How did you come across the real world?
So my name is Liam. I'm 19. I started working a job just after I turned 18. Started getting a job, worked for a real estate company, data capturer. I've been watching Tate for many years and seen Hustlers University, but was never really interested in it until the real world came out. Mostly I saw it on TikTok. The real world was everywhere. The moment you like one of Andrew Tate's video, your whole feed was just full of Andrew Tate, and I absolutely loved it. So I just decided to take the risk, $50. What could go wrong? And probably the best decision of my life.
Interesting. Okay, so what did you go into when you joined?
When I joined, they said in the campus actually, copywriting has been the best to get students to 10K per month. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take them on that. I'm going to start with copywriting. And I started with copywriting. And sure enough, it was indeed what they said was 10K. And I actually exceeded that. Um, and yeah, then from the copywriting, I tried a few other campuses, but the main two that I focus on now is copywriting and freelancing.
Okay, copywriting, freelancing. In terms of freelancing, what do you do? Is it copywriting related or something else?
Well, I integrate the copywriting into it because so it's basically website building, build websites for small businesses. So it does involve good persuasion, good manipulation, how you adjust your words, so it does help.
Okay, good. And how much have you earned that you can attribute to the real world?
I've earned a total of $1,500 in the 2.5 months that I've been there, which is 5xing my salary of $200 in South Africa, which is very, very, very good.
Interesting. Okay, so you're saying 2.5 months that you've been here. From what point did you start earning the money?
I started earning on the first week of my second month. So the first month, I was just digesting everything, analyzing everything. What helped me a lot was the business mastery, financial wizardry, the SSSS, that campus there, helping me understand money more. So I watched a lot of the videos and practiced before I actually went and got to the client. So on my first week of the second month, I got my first client, and from there it was just uphill and a little bit of
All right.
downhill and uphill again.
All right. So it's more like you earned the 1,500 within 1 month then from actually when you started earning money.
To be honest, I could have made my money back in the first month. I could have went out. I know a lot of students that have done it on the first day, they make their money back. But I was like, if I want this to grow and I want this to work, I want a solid foundation as which I can build up on. So that's why I was like, let's just focus on the lessons, master that first before you go get your clients.
Okay. So what was the experience there of landing your first client?
It's actually funny in some of my in my first uh, win that I posted in the copywriting, my caption there was, before you get your first client, you think to yourself, this can't work, it's not going to happen. But the moment you see the money in your bank account, it's like your mind shift changes, and it's like, damn, I can do a lot with this. I could generally do a lot more than what I am currently doing. So it was just mind opening to me,
Hmm.
possibilities that are endless.
Right, right. And then during the process of acquiring that first client, did you get on a sales call with them? How was it pitching your services to them?
It was funny when I watched Andrew's lessons and he said, when you get your client, ask them for a sales call. And I was like, why should I ask for a sales call? But then when I got my first client, the first thing the client asked me was, let's quickly hop on a Zoom call. And then I started to realize, okay, all these business people, they want to do the sales call. So I had to perfect going on a computer, speaking to them. So that was actually for me very interesting that most of them want to do these sales calls so that I
Mhm.
can pitch to them and find out what their problems is and get them to their solutions. So yeah.
Okay. And did that go well off the bat, or did you struggle at all?
And I think my first four clients, I was very nervous,
As
very
expected.
stuttery. I didn't really have my questions, and then I watched because I recorded them. So I watched them and then I started making notes, started improving slowly but surely improving. And yeah, I just learned to always have a pen and a piece of paper when you're on a Zoom meeting. So yeah,
Okay, good. Because yeah, I mean, it's completely
yeah,
expected to be nervous for your first few, and you've done very
yeah,
well by learning through them and then adapting, and now probably being completely comfortable with it. So good.
yes.
Now, what kind of an impact has the community and the Wins channel within the real world had on you?
Everybody in the real world is super disciplined. They are so focused on succeeding. There's no thing of in the outside world, people are very judgmental. Critic, people criticize you, but in the real world, everybody is just there to support you. I mean, I've got 4 or 5, maybe even 8 to 10 people that DM me. We help each other. We review copy in the DMs and even in the chats. Everybody is so supportive. Everybody just wants everybody to succeed. So it's really uplifting, and you get brutally honest reviews sometimes where people are like, you're not doing well. You need to do this better. And they tell you exactly what you need to do. And if you do it, you win. Like it's just a win-win in everything. So the community
Mhm.
is amazing.
Good, good, good. That's great to hear. And how different is the material within the real world compared to what's out on the internet?
I can't find anything that is equivalent to and I have tried actually. I've tried looking for things where I have hundreds of hours of lessons recorded for me, where I can go and actually ask the person who created those lessons and help me. You can't find it for $50. It's either you pay 300, 400,000 Rand for university, right? Which isn't going to even help you, or you pay $50 for professors who are doing the business every single day, 24 hours. They're actually sitting there doing it and they're willing to help you on a 24-hour basis. There is no there is no equivalent to the real world. I don't think there ever will be an equivalent to the real world. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's my view on the lessons and
Right.
all of the value that is in the real world.
For some people, that might seem like strong language to use, calling it basically the best educational platform on the planet. And I used to think that as well. Like, can that
Yeah,
really be the case? But after all these interview success
yeah.
stories, I mean, it's becoming quite clear that there is really nothing that parallels to it.
There is
Yeah.
nothing.
Cool. And how different would you say your average day is now compared to before you joined the real world?
It is structured. It is planned. I mean, the AMAs that I do every single morning help me to boost my day. Planning my day the night before. Everything is just different. Um, Dylan Madden said the one day, when you plan your day, plan it with intention. So each and every single day, everything that I put on my to-do list, there's a reason why I have to do it. It's not because I feel like doing. There's a reason why I have to do it. So it's extremely busy. It's longer days to get more stuff done, but you just feel like you have a purpose. Before I joined the real world, I would just go with the flow. Like, oh, the day comes, oh, this pops up, oh, that, no. But now I've got a structured day, I've got a structured week. So everything is perfectly structured. And I just
Mhm.
think that's a formula to success is just structuring each and every single thing you do.
And what would you say was your biggest challenge you faced when first starting out with copywriting?
My biggest challenge was, I think for me, it was actually getting clients. I think, no, I'm lying. It was my mindset because I wasn't thinking about things correctly. When I went to go get clients or go and find prospects, I wasn't thinking properly. So I wasn't getting any clients for my first 3, 4 days when I was just sending emails, and I didn't get a response. So I think that was my challenge was getting my first clients. And I had to identify what was stopping me, which the professors helped me identify. So I think that was mainly my problem was going to go get those clients. You know, my pitch wasn't perfect, or my wording wasn't perfect, or I wasn't persuasive enough. So I think that was my biggest problem was getting clients. And now it's
Mhm.
just easy for me.
Right. As
Yeah,
everything, I mean, it just takes practice, right?
yeah.
It's putting your ego away and yeah, just going through it until you learn how to do it.
Being available mentally because most people they kind of cut that thing off of they think they know everything, but you need to come to a realization that there are people that know better, and you just need to sit down and listen.
Yeah, that's all. So, what would you say have been the biggest insights you've learned from your time within the real world? Basically, anything that comes to mind from any of the lessons that you could basically share with people that have stood out to you.
A strong body is a strong mind. The exercising that stood out for me good because the moment I started exercising, I started having more energy, focus more. I think also understanding that there's a lesson, or it was actually an AMA from Andrew Copywriting. He said you need to shift your mindset of you're not a copywriter, you solve businesses problems. So that's also that change of mindset of you're there to solve problems.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I think that's basically it. That's the two lessons that I take with me every day.
Okay. So, what kind of an impact would you say Tate has had on you?
Tate has a massive impact since I started watching him. Um, you know, just that thing of having an iron mind and staying focused and carrying on, moving on, regardless of how you feel, and just doing everything to the best of your ability.
Since you're on this trajectory now, where do you see your life heading in about 6 months to 1 year?
I've planned at the end of the year, November, December, to reach about 50,000. That's my plan. Um, and eventually, I think beginning of next year, I want to reach a point where I can take my business, my brand, and put it out to the world, take my company, my agency, and list it, make it something bigger, grow a bigger client base. And I think, yeah, that's how I see the future from now on.
Okay, perfect. So I look forward to doing a follow up in about 3 months or so to see how everything's scaling for you.
Perfect.
And now to end off,
Perfect.
for people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it's a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
Mm. I can guarantee you the $50 that you're going to pay for the real world is going to transform your life, not only mentally, not only physically, but financially as well, because those three components you get for $50 in the real world. You get your personal trainer, you get your financial mastery, you get your mindset mastery, you get everything you need. Everything. There's nothing you don't need that is not in the real world. I genuinely think that the real world is a place where you can grow as a person, where you can grow financially, and it's better than any university you can ever go to. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you for all your insights. For people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
I've got my Twitter, which is uppercase LEE underscored lowercase LEE underscored Liam. That's my Twitter. And then my Instagram is Tate Zero Official. So yeah.
Good. I'll add those to the description of the video. And Liam, again, thank you for your time, and I look forward to that follow-up interview. And until then, I
Thank
wish
you
you all
very
the
much,
best.
Lucas.